let's talk about something that I think is on pretty much every parent's mind. The career world our kids are going to walk into, it's a total unknown. We're talking AI, robotics, entire industries that we can't even dream up yet. They're rewriting all the rules. So how in the world do we prepare them for that? Well, what if the secret isn't about predicting the future, but about really, truly understanding your child? That's exactly what we're going to dive into.
I mean, this is a million-dollar question, right? And hey, if you feel a little bit of anxiety just reading that, you are definitely not alone. The old playbook, the one where you just pick a safe career and stick with it for 40 years, it just doesn't apply anymore.
So here's the big mindset shift. We have to stop acting like fortune tellers, trying to guess what the hot jobs of 2040 are going to be. It's impossible. Instead, our role as parents needs to change from predictor to guide. And these 10 questions we're about to go through, think of them as a kind of career compass. They're designed to help you and your child navigate their future using their own internal unique strengths and passions.
So, here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll quickly touch on why the old career advice just doesn't cut it anymore. Then, we'll get right into the questions, and we've broken them into two really important groups: uncovering their work style and then finding their core motivation. And finally, we'll pull it all together and talk about how you can turn these answers into a real, practical roadmap for them.
Okay, first up, the problem. To put it simply, the career advice many of us grew up with, it's basically obsolete.
All right, let's get into our first set of questions. These 5 are all about figuring out their natural work style. Not just what they do, but how they do their absolute best work. Question number 1. What kind of problems do they actually enjoy solving? The stuff they gravitate towards on their own. Is it the kid who loves taking apart the remote to see how it works? That's a technical curiosity right there. Maybe a future coder or engineer. Or are they the one who's always mediating arguments between friends? That's a social problem solver, a natural-born leader or counselor. This question gets right to the heart of what makes them tick. Next, let's think about their process. Are they a maker? Someone who gets a huge thrill from creating something from scratch? Or are they a fixer? A person who loves the challenge of figuring out what's broken and making it whole again? Or maybe they're an improver, who sees something that's already good and just knows how to make it great. Knowing this helps point them to roles where they'll feel super effective and satisfied. Now, this might seem like a classic question, but it is more critical today than ever. Does your child get their energy from being around people, or do they find their flow when they're deep in the logic of a machine or the quiet space of a big idea? Matching their work environment to their personality is one of those simple keys to long-term happiness that we so often forget about. Okay, think about where they get that feeling of accomplishment. Is it from the spark of a brand new idea? Are they an idea generator? Or is it from that deep satisfaction of taking a complicated project and seeing it all the way through to the finish line, the finisher? Look, every industry, every team needs both. Knowing which one they are can make all the difference in finding the right role. And of course, this is a big one. How do they actually prefer to work? Are they a solo worker who does their best thinking alone, or are they a team player who thrives on collaboration? In today's world of remote work and huge team projects, this is non-negotiable. A mismatch here isn't just a minor inconvenience, it is a major, major cause of burnout.
Okay, so we've covered the how. Now for the second set of questions. These are all about digging deeper to find their core motivation, that deep down why that really drives them.
Oh, I love this question. It's great because it just bypasses all the practical limitations and gets straight to their aspirations. If they could snap their fingers and instantly master any skill in the world, what would it be? Learning to code an app? Speaking Japanese? Becoming a master chef? The answer can reveal a hidden passion that you might never see on a report card, and that passion is absolutely worth exploring.
Now, this might sound a little bit like our maker versus improver question from before, but this is different. This is about their creative source. Is your child an innovator? Someone who wants that totally blank canvas to create something the world has never seen? Or are they an improver, who is brilliant at taking an existing idea and refining it to perfection? It's a subtle distinction, but it can define their entire career path.
All right, here's the thought experiment for the age of AI. Ask them to imagine a robot could handle all the boring, repetitive parts of their job. What would they choose to do with all that freed up time and energy? Their answer is so telling because it reveals the uniquely human skills they value most. And guess what? Those are exactly the skills that automation can't touch.
We all have our own definition of success, and it is rarely just about the number on a paycheck. So ask your child, what does a successful life really look like to them? Is it about making a huge impact on the world? Is it about having freedom and flexibility? Or is it about gaining wealth or recognition? Helping them articulate their own definition of success is an incredible gift because that internal compass will guide them way better than any salary chart ever could.
And finally, we come to the ultimate question. This one strips away everything else. The salary, the status, what other people expect, and it gets right to the absolute core of their passion. If money was no object, what work would they do just for the pure love of doing it? And that answer, whatever it is, that's pure gold. Seriously. Because if they would still do it without a paycheck, you've just found the seed of a sustainable, deeply fulfilling career. The kind of thing they can thrive in for decades without ever just, working for the weekend. So you've gone through the questions, you've had these great conversations. What do you do with all these answers? Let's talk about how to turn all this insight into a practical roadmap. And this really brings us to the single most important takeaway of all this. The real goal here isn't to land on a specific job title, like software engineer or marketing director. Honestly, that job might not even exist in 15 years. The true goal is to empower your child with deep self-knowledge so they have the self-awareness and the confidence to adapt, to pivot, and to thrive in any future that comes their way. The careers of tomorrow are going to demand creativity, a sense of purpose, and a real ability to adapt. These conversations, they are how you build that foundation, starting today. This isn't about giving them all the answers. It's about helping them ask the right questions. So, what's the first one you're going to ask?